It feels like the final stand of something, Scorpio, for this week. Your energy definitely feels a little bit heavy this week. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I will never sugarcoat anything. And I feel like you don't need anyone to sugarcoat for you. So let's just dive in and see what this week has to offer for you, okay? So we have the Nine of Swords at the back of the deck. We also have the Seven of Wands behind it. So I feel like for a while you have been in a state of underlying anxiety, and this could be something where, take what resonates, leave the rest. You may feel very anxious in your day to day. Like, this might be a feeling that you have often, but I almost feel like this is something that's like underneath everything. So you might appear very calm, very even controlled a little bit. Like, there's something about a feeling of controlling yourself, like controlling your emotions. Maybe you are really good at keeping things together. Like, people see you and they think like, oh, that person has everything together. Like, you could be someone that a lot of people actually admire or look up to, but it feels like underneath everything there's this like low level or low grade anxiety. And it feels like the anxiety is very mental, in the sense that, and you could be feeling this in your body. You could be feeling a little bit of like a contraction in your body. You could be noticing like headaches or fatigue. You could be noticing tension in your body, like different areas where you don't really feel like you can relax, or you aren't even aware of the fact that you feel so tense and so like tight. I'm just really getting this energy of control, like something just feeling very wrapped up tight. Okay, this could be your emotions, this could be your actual opinion on something. You could be like holding back some of your energy at this time because you're trying to preserve something. Like, maybe you're trying to preserve your peace, or you're trying to preserve your image, or like you don't want to like respond to something or react to something. So that could be significant for someone in this collective with Scorpio. But it feels like this anxiety is really tied to this control, okay? And there's something about needing to lose the control, needing to let go of this notion that you are supposed to be this controlled person. Maybe there's something where you feel like you have to be a certain way because you want people to respect you, or you don't want people to know what's going on behind closed doors. There's something where there's maybe some element of like secrecy or things not being out in the open, right? And it doesn't mean that you need to like overshare like a bunch of intimate details of your life to a random person, but I think there's something about needing to be vulnerable enough to let go of this idea of control, because I feel like you don't actually have control. It's like, it's an illusion. It's very much something that keeps you feeling safe. It keeps you feeling secure, but it's an illusion. It's temporary. And with the Seven of Wands, I do also get this idea that like you might be a little bit stubborn about like keeping things to yourself or keeping things very private. You could be someone where it's like you don't really like to talk about how you feel, or if someone asks you about how you're doing, or like they're trying to check in on you, like you're very measured in the way that you come across. And I feel like there's something about you kind of dismantling this, okay? But it has to kind of come from you. And I almost feel like your guides, I don't think they're going to force this out of you. I think it's more so that you might be given situations this week or moments this week where you realize that it's a lot heavier for you to keep things in than it is for you to just let it out and let someone in. There could be someone who wants to be there for you, that like wants to support you, or they want to be the shoulder that you can lean on. And maybe there's this feeling of like, I can't lean on anyone, because maybe that's what you've always known, right? Like, you've always been very independent. You've always been someone who can just take care of things by themselves, or like maybe that's how you've felt for a long time. But I think that right now, so you have the Five of Pentacles, right? There's something that you like, I really do get this feeling that, like, you're needing to dismantle a belief at this time related to being included, related to connection, related to being a part of something where you can feel like you are able to let people know who you are, like fully and completely. I feel like there is a specific situation, there's a specific memory or something that you have been tied to for a long time, that it's like this narrative around being alone, or this narrative that people are going to leave you, people are not going to be there for you when you tell them the truth, or like when you let them in, when you show yourself. It's almost like you are afraid of being exposed, so you keep yourself like out of things. Like, you might be someone that actually isolates instead of leaning into connection or leaning into community, because there's a fear around, like, hey, like, I'm gonna be left out. Like, there's a fear of abandonment. I feel like there's an abandonment wound here, or there's something around, definitely related to childhood here. You could have a dog as well that you've had since you were a kid, or some sort of like pet that you feel is your family. And there could be something where you have potentially even like isolated yourself or detached from your family because this is how they made you feel. And clarifying this is the Eight of Wands. So this is an acceleration of energy. This is an acceleration of movement. I almost feel like you are very quickly going to see that this is not the truth. You are going to see, okay, there might be someone coming towards you. There might be someone reaching out to you to show you you're not out in the cold. Like, I'm here for you. Like, remember me. That could be significant. You also have the Devil and Justice. So I feel like this is a balancing of whatever has been imbalanced that has left you feeling a lot of fear, that has left you feeling like you're in the dark somewhere, like you're almost like you've been like written off. Maybe that's a feeling that you've had, is like people have written you off or like dismissed you. And I feel like that is very quickly changing. Like, the scales are balancing for your highest good. And sometimes that doesn't look perfect. It doesn't mean that everything goes the way that you necessarily have in your mind. Sometimes it's very different from what you were expecting, but it's better. It's better for you. It's better for your journey moving forward. And then you're also leaving behind this Three of Swords. So if you've been feeling really low recently, if you've been, potentially struggling with your mental health, you've been struggling with feelings of isolation, loneliness, if you've just really been in the shadows with yourself, there's something about you moving on from this and making peace with things that maybe for a long time it was like hard to make peace with. It was hard to accept something. And I feel like you're making peace with something this week. I feel like the energy is favorable for you to walk away from the turbulence, to walk away from the continuation of this story of like, I'm going to be abandoned, or like people are not going to want me. People aren't going to choose me. I feel like there's something where it's like, as you choose yourself and as you let yourself lose control, as you let yourself surrender, okay, as you let yourself feel things to their fullest extent without hiding, without running, without distracting yourself, without busying yourself, when you let yourself be this very raw, intimate version of yourself, you will see that the alignment of that is exactly what you need. It's exactly what you deserve. The people, the environments, the opportunities, the places that you're meant to be in, where you're going to be so visible in this really truthful way, that's coming in for you as you surrender, as you let go, as you make peace with the non-peace. If something has been frustrating, if it's been painful, if it's been difficult, like, it's not about fighting it. It's about accepting this truth. It's about embracing those emotions because they make you stronger, right? So let me know if this resonates with you, Scorpio.